All right, Spartans, starting today, we're going to be interviewing Mr. Stoner here, your superintendent. We're going to be asking him questions that you guys have for him every month, starting this month. Let's get into it. Mr. Stoner, what would you say your origin story is?
So my existence, how I got here, that's pretty deep, man. I don't know. I don't think you guys have time for that. So I'm from Port Huron, so I gotta be careful how you pronounce that, I should say, because those of us in Port Huron often will say Port Urine. So there's some connotation there that's pretty accurate if you've ever been there. But anyway, so I grew up in Port Huron, went to Western Michigan University, brought me to the west side. I have a few brothers, I have two brothers. So through school, I wrestled, I played baseball, I played football. I was actually a nose guard. You wouldn't know that. 155-pound nose guard. We ran a 52 slant. So, all you do is get in the gaps. So, you should talk to Steady about that. You need to think about implementing a 52. So if you're watching Steady, think about that. I can talk more to you about that. Played second base and right field, leadoff hitter. Was not good at contact. Didn't play a whole lot once I got to high school because I couldn't hit a curveball.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's kind of tough. So I went to college to become actually a lawyer, but then I started working at the YMCA. I started working with before and after school care. I enjoyed hanging out with the kids and just getting to know them and just their life stories as well. So transitioned to elementary education, became a second grade teacher, fourth grade teacher, science teacher. In 99, 2000, I was hired as the assistant principal up at Ridgeview, 2-4 building, middle school principal for 11 years. Then I came over here for assistant superintendent, now superintendent for the last 26 years in Sparta. It's my home.
Wow, very eventful. Why do you have us use 5-star?
So, 5-star was something introduced by Mrs. Rumsey and Mr. Landry. Initially, it was just a pass system, kind of electronic access. You guys know some of the issues that the high school is dealing with access to bathrooms. Mm-hmm. Being able to know who's where when is part of the deal. We only have 33 toilets. There's no need to have 45 people in the hallways. You only have 33 toilets going to the bathroom. So, we just tried to identify what's a mechanism that it's really robust. There's lots of opportunities for us to do that with PBIS, with focus, passing, knowing where kids are. And it's inconvenient, and as we talk about to staff and the students alike, safety is inconvenient. So knowing where you guys are when we need to, fire drills, tornado drills, the unexpected, the undesirables, knowing where you might be is critical. So our obligation, local parentis, which means when you're with us, we should be acting as your parents. Your parents want us to give you back the way they were given to us. So knowing where you're at is important. I know it's probably not like it's the big brother kind of feel. Everyone knows where I'm at all the time. I'm sure it's not convenient, but the idea of keeping you guys safe and protecting you at all costs is important to us. So we found this to be attractive that way. But there's a lot. It's robust. There's a lot of different things you'll find that we'll be using it for. But ultimately, we need to know where you're at and mm-hmm. where you went in case we need to get you in a short order.
Mm-hmm. What interests do you have outside of education?
This is my favorite question, so thankful. Yeah, I'm a huge Detroit sports fan. As a baseball player, as a little kid, the Tigers are my team. That's my first love. They're killing me right now. It sucks, actually. But, I love all the Detroit sports teams. Probably goes Tigers, Lions, Red Wings, Pistons. I'm 5'10" with lifts on, so I'm not a basketball player. I was a wrestler. But I still love all four of them. I'm a huge Michigan fan. As you'll see up there, I didn't go to Michigan, and I didn't put my time in and my effort in enough in school to get in. I applied, I didn't get in. I got in the state and chose not to go. To speak of Sparties out there, the real Sparties wear blue. I love that from Coach. Joe Davis. A huge Wolverine fan. Love football and basketball for the Wolverines. I'm active. I kayak, I run, as long as my hips and knees allow me to. I lift. I love to play golf, and that's kind of eats up my life outside. As a reader, I love memoirs. I'm just really interested in people's, so they have it's a little poignant part in someone's life that they talk about. I'm 53, so when I write my memoir, it's going to be about a 5-year period of time. I kind of have that scripted in my head. Mm-hmm. But I just love to learn that about people. It's really interesting to see their experiences and how that shaped them. Usually there's a poignant moment or a specific point in time that really influences and shapes them. So I can't wait to write that. And I just love that about understanding and learning from people.
Have you been to any Detroit sports teams games this year?
This year, not this year. No, I tried to buy some Lions tickets. I don't want to sit in the nosebleeds, but at the same time, I don't want to spend $700, $800 a ticket. So right now, it's at one point I attended a lot at Pontiac Silverdome, and I loved the Silverdome. People hate it; it's huge. But I was at the last game of the Silverdome, and I've only been to Ford Field a couple times since, but. Played the Vikings, lost 28-zip. It was a butt kicking. It wasn't even that close. 28-zip was generous. They could have probably put 60 on us. But I did love that field. But no, I don't spend a lot of time at Ford Field. It gets tough with work and life. I don't get to the east side enough. If you've been to the east side, you'll get me. You'll know why I don't go to the east side too often. But so I haven't been there this year. But I'm hoping to catch up. I'm going to go to a couple Pistons games this year. I'm interested. I haven't been to for a Pistons game. I haven't been at the Little Caesars Arena. Okay. I've been to a couple hockey games, but not the Pistons. So I want to see the Pistons game.
Yeah, well, looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Did you like school growing up?
Yeah, as I thought about how to describe this best, I'm the superintendent, so I'm supposed to say, oh yeah, I love school. School is everything to me. It's, why don't you guys love it? I would say I was openly tolerant of school. It wasn't my first love. It wasn't something that I really excelled at. Actually, through elementary, I struggled in school a little bit. I had an IEP for speech, so I had a stuttering issue, and that impacted my ability to connect, but also learning-wise. I didn't read as well or write as well, so I had to struggle through that. So I wouldn't say I love school. I grew to be very good at school, and I, part of that, that speech impediment and just being innately shy initially, struggled socially, which impacts your academics. Right. Then I fought through that through high school and into college. But I wouldn't say I was like a huge fan. I would have rather been playing sports or hanging out with my friends than going to school. Yeah. But I understood the value of it. I was a poor kid, so I recognized that schooling was an opportunity to advance myself. So I focused on it because I knew the benefits it would have for me. My parents used to preach. My dad was a factory worker. He'd come home with all beat up hands and say, I want your guys, we had two brothers, I want your brains to look like this. So there's an expectation that we tried hard in school. And I'm thankful for that. At the time I wasn't probably my dad wasn't a hero every day. Mm-hmm. And I didn't, go do your homework, get after it, don't bring bad grades, all that kind of stuff. But I'd say I was openly tolerant of school, which I hope you guys are too.
Heard that from your superintendent.
Right.
Stay in school.
Yeah, that's right, for sure. Yeah, work hard. It'll pay off. It sucks right now, but it'll pay off.
What is one piece of advice you would give to your high school self?
Yeah, man, this is. I tell this to my own kids, man. You gotta love the person in the mirror. I mean, especially in today's world with social media. Thank God I didn't have that as a kid. I didn't have all that pressure and trying to. People fabricating themselves with AI and social media, TikTok, and all those kinds of things. Man, just love the person in the mirror. So I love to tell myself early on, that person, what they think of you matters more than anyone else's. So commit to loving that person in the mirror because you're with them forever.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the questions.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Mr. Stoner.
Yeah, it's good to see you. I can't wait the next month.
Let's go.
Yeah.